MBA in Berkeley?
Actually, when I was doing that, I actually knew exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to be in the financial planning business. It was a course I was going through. That was a time period I was going through, and which everybody does. But the focus and the discipline is the one which kept me going. So I would say definitely that for the viewers who are in that stage, who are going through school, that focus and discipline is the one which they should not never lose. They should always be focused and disciplined what they want to do in life.
What do you think about the Berkeley University?
Oh, I like it. It was good. It was great. I had a lot of fun in my times, yes.
Achha, definitely. See that finance is the key for everything.
Sure.
आप इंजीनियर हो या डॉक्टर हो या एंटरप्रेन्योर हो
सही
या हाउसवाइफ हो
सही
finance is the key.
सही of course.
Okay, if the finances is right, everything go to right direction. In our community, mashallah, people are very, very successful.
MashaAllah.
Nationwide. I'm meeting several entrepreneurs, businessmen, CEOs, chairmen of the companies. Definitely, some individuals are very, very busy. They got lots of money, but they don't know how to manage the money.
Right.
They do wrong investment. They lose money. Okay. And I'm trying my best to really bring some individual on my network to really educate them how to invest,
Sure.
how to manage your money, how to avoid losing the money, okay, going into right direction in investment. And I think today I have an opportunity to get some education for my audience. So would you like to really give some kind of educational knowledge today to my audience? How to manage the finances? What is the risk management? What is the IRS account? What is the estate planning? Okay, what is the best investment opportunities? All these things.
Sure.
And you have now opportunity to talk.
Thank you very much. I would love to do that. See, I provide advice and resources concerning money to selected families within the United States. If you ask me in a nutshell that the information I need to pass in the next 5 to 10 minutes, I would say that the people need to focus on 3 things. One is a risk management, one is an investment plan, and one is a debt management. So when I talk about risk management, what do I mean by risk management?
Yes, very important.
See, risk management is, as you said, I 100% believe it does not matter how much money you make. What matters is how much money you keep in the end. So that's one of the things which the people need to be really focusing on, that, how much money I need to keep in the end. So the first part of keeping more money for yourself is you have a choice. You want to keep money for yourself, your family, you want to give it to the charity, you want to give it to the IRS. I'm talking about the later stages. So the first thing in everybody's mind should be a estate plan. The myth is people out there think that it's too complicated, it's too costly, you lose control, and it's only for rich people. Whereas a good estate plan, a good structured estate plan would do is avoid probate. I will talk about what is probate. It will minimize your state taxes, it will give you control of your assets, and it will provide privacy of your assets, which is very important for us or for anybody, that we do not want the public to know what assets do we own. So what is a estate plan consist of? Estate plan consists of a will, a trust, different trusts depending upon your situation, power of attorneys, both medical and financial, and protection policies covering your estate taxes. People think that if they have a will, that is sufficient enough. I need to send this message across that is not enough, because will does not avoid you against probate or against state taxes. When I say state with an E, so state taxes. Probate is typically, what is probate? Probate is typically a process where your assets are passed through court or different laws to go to your beneficiaries. So probate roughly costs around 4% to 7% of your assets. So let's say, supposing if you are leaving $1 million of state, so you look at $40,000 to $70,000 just going into state taxes. So you should be looking towards a well-structured state plan to avoid that. There's no need for giving that to the state where you can structure a plan which can avoid that. Secondly is, a lot of people own their assets jointly. They think that everything will pass to the spouse, which is very true. It will pass to the spouse. But after the exemption passes away, the second spouse passes away, everything will not go to the beneficiaries. It will have to go through state taxes, which I talked, that probate and state. So let's take an example. So like in 2011, the state tax is going to be repealed and it's going to go to $1 million. So an XYZ person, let's say, dies. What happens is everything goes to the second spouse because they own everything jointly. So when the second spouse dies, and supposing their net worth is now $2 million, the estate is $2 million. With almost 50-55% tax, what happens, the first one has exemption million, goes to the beneficiaries, fine. The second million is subject to almost 50-55% state taxes. So out of that, probably you're looking at $500,000 to $600,000 in state taxes. Is that fair? That money should have been gone to your beneficiary rather than state taxes.
You could save those money?
Yes, you can. If you have a proper trust structure, if you have proper estate planning tools, you can save those money. Going to the IRS, that is the money which can be more into your pocket or into your beneficiaries or the charity you want to give. So a well-structured note will not only help you or your intentions, it will also give you control of your assets, it will minimize your state taxes, and plus it will avoid probate. Simple process, but I don't know why people fail to do this. As I said, people think it's too complicated, it's for rich people, we lose control, and those are all just the opposite things I've told you, that we can take care of all these things in just a well-structured state plan. Everything can go to 100% or minimize state taxes and go to your beneficiaries. That's one of the risk management element, which I would highly encourage your viewers to look into that.
Okay.
The second part, see, these are things which we are talking about, that how much money you have, but at the end of the day, how much money you keep.
You're talking about the estate planning. Now you are in the second.
I'm talking about risk management.
Risk management.
So one was the estate planning. The second is healthcare expenses. The study shows right now that a 65-year-old couple at this stage will be needing roughly around $250,000 to $400,000 in healthcare expenses alone. And 64% of that, the money which I talked about, around like $300,000 to $400,000, will come from your own resources. So it's not from Medicare or any of those things. It's come from your resources. So these are all the things which are going to eat your portfolio or eat your investments. They are risks to your assets. So these are the things, as I said, estate planning, the healthcare expenses. Third part, let's say, within the risk management is unforeseeable events. What do I mean by that? Let's say something happens to you. There's only one guarantee in life. There's only one guarantee in life, and that is death.
Yes.
We all know that something, we don't know when, but we all know it's going to happen. So are you protected? Is your family protected if there's a loss of income? Is your family protected if there's a big chunk of debt on you? So those are the things we need to take care of. Disability, divorce, kids' weddings. Because see, our culture is we cannot run away from
And education.
Yes, that was the other point I was coming to. So weddings, the kids' weddings. See, we love to spend on our kid weddings. This is our culture. I'm not going to say, oh, we all talk that we shouldn't be doing it. But let's say if your daughter or a son gets married, you need to go out and have a good time. You want your family to come in. You want your friends to come in and enjoy. So you should have an awareness of those and should be protecting. Should have a plan for that. College education, you said. And also I've seen here mostly, not the newer generation, but the generation which has been here a while, they're sandwich generation. And what do I mean by a sandwich generation? Sandwich generation is they are taking care of their elders and they're also taking care of their kids. So meaning they have somebody back home, or even heirs, parents, or uncle or aunt they're taking care of, and they're taking care of their kids too. So these elements need to be involved in your risk management policies, that okay, because these are the things which are going to eat up your assets. Lastly, on the risk management part, I would talk about inflation. Most people ignore that. So let's say, supposing if you have $50,000 today stashed up in a money market account or under your mattress, in 20 plus years, the way the inflation is going, that will lose value to probably half, or probably $25,000. The commodity prices are going up and your money is losing power. So doing nothing is also a decision. there's an opportunity cost. So people need to understand that.